still in the kitchen because I actually like the acoustics in the kitchen. Like la la la. Man, I wish I could sing. Anywho, my topic today, I was trying to think of a topic for BYOK chats that was a little more, I don't know, chipper, but I feel like these talks are kind of like, I don't know, they're me pouring my heart out. It's kind of like a diary or something. So I want to talk about something happy that normally I equate as being sad. And I just want to talk about my grandma, my maternal grandma. She passed away last year, and it was really rough for the whole family. Like, I took it really hard. I mean, it's grandma, you know, but then I started thinking about all the wonderful things about grandma, you know, that I'm gonna miss. But I mean, the memories, it's the memories for me, you know, the memory of how every Sunday she made pancakes, or she'll make your favorite meal. Like, she would make everybody's favorite meal in one day. And my mom used to always complain about it, like, she didn't do that for me. If she cooked it, then I had to eat it. Well, sucks for you. Grandma doesn't make the grandkids do that, so ha. I also like that about grandma, because you can go to grandma about mom, and even though my mom got upset, my grandma would always be like, don't treat my baby like that. Grandma always had my back. I can always go to my grandma and talk to her about things, whether big or small. I remember this time where me and my current husband, he was my boyfriend at the time, we had broke up, and I was crying. Like, I was like super distraught. And my grandma was like, what are you crying about? Like, she thought it was serious. She's like, oh baby, what are you crying about? And I'm like, I'm crying about my boy. She's like, a man? You crying over a man? She's like, no, we don't cry about men in this house. We don't cry about men at all. And I was just like, okay. So things like that, you know. And so I was just like, okay, I guess I shouldn't be crying about this. And it kind of made me feel better, because I was like in a slump, like really crying and stuff like that. You know, it wasn't nothing that I couldn't tell grandma that, you know, she wouldn't understand, or she would have like a saying for. Like, one of her sayings was, people are going to be people as long as they're people, which makes sense. It just is what it is. People are just going to be who they are. Like, you can't change people. The only person that you can really work on is yourself. And I thought that was like so like poetic, you know, because I feel like we spend a lot of our time trying to change people and get them to act like we want them to act, or we set like these invisible expectations of them that they don't even know that you placed for them. And so we're getting mad at them for expectations that they placed for these people, and they don't know anything about it. So yeah, I mean, she's right. People are gonna be people as long as they're people. I also miss her cooking. Oh my gosh, she used to make icebox pie, which for people who don't know what icebox pie is, it's just like a lemon meringue and I don't know, lemon meringue and the graham cracker crust. So good. Oh my god, amazing. Her bread pudding was amazing. Her banana pudding was amazing. Her pot roast was everything. Her macaroni and cheese. Oh my god, her candy yams. I don't even like dressing, but I ate her dressing. Like, grandma was the stuff. Oh, her chicken and dumplings. I have yet to have chicken and dumplings that taste as great as my grandma. I love chicken and dumplings. And I would ask her to make it, but I would only eat like a bowl full, and she would be really mad about that. Sorry, grandma. Also, I like her peach cobbler crust. I just became a fan of peaches when I was a kid. I wasn't a fan of peaches at all. So yeah, I would eat all the crust, like on the cobbler, and she would be super agitated by that, like super agitated. But I miss my grandma. Like, she was always the place to like crash at when you wanted to, like, if you just wanted a break. Like, she was my oasis. Like, she was my ace. Like, she was my best friend, and I will forever miss her. You know, I have pictures right on my nightstand where I could just look at her when I want to. I have like her famous little mirror, and then I have like her powder she put on her face, because I remember the smell when I was a kid playing it, and she'd be like, get out of my powder. My grandma was just like the fanciest woman you'll ever meet. Like, every summer we had to sweat in the car because we couldn't put the window down because she'd say it'll mess up her hair. Then when I went natural, I'll never forget it. She was like, so that's just how your hair gonna be now, huh? She's like, well, at least you're pretty. Grandma had a zinger for everything. You can ask my friend. She had a zinger for everything. But she was the one she was someone to know. She was someone to love. I miss her every day. I promise you, it's not a day that I don't have a memory of her, that I don't think of her, that it's not a snippet of her. I miss her every day, and it does get easier day by day. But some days it's almost seemed like it started all over, like the whole little grief cycle just starts all over, where the denial part, like, no, grandma's still here. It's like, no, she's not, because I can't pick up the phone and call her. But that's okay, you know. During this pandemic, I know that we've all lost people, like, you know, all lost people. And if we didn't lose a person, we lost our routine. We lost something in the pandemic, you know. We had to adjust to a new normal of something, even if it was just a job, adjusting with the kids in the home, you know, adjusting to working from home on a job. I know that was an adjustment for me, you know what I'm saying? So it's, everybody has had to adjust and has had to deviate from their routine from the pandemic. So even if you can't relate to the loss of a person, you definitely can relate to some ounce of loss, you know. And yeah, that was a rough loss. Like I mean, I did struggle with the working from home, but grandma, you know, I think the struggle working from home was bad just for the simple fact that I was working from home by myself, and I didn't have the distraction of talking to coworkers and stuff all day. So I think that's what kind of made it bad, because she died April 2020. You know, we all started quarantine. We were all locked down during that time, so you were kind of just stuck with your thoughts, you know. But anyway, this whole video is dedicated to my grandma. In the words of Kanye West, I lost the only girl that knew me best, you know. I miss her so much, and I always felt like she understood me at a time when I didn't even understand me, or I felt like nobody understood me. So rest in peace, Grandma Florence, and until we meet again, thank you all for listening. Until next time, don't forget to be kind to yourself and each other, and don't forget to marvel in the memories that you have with your lost one, you know, because yeah, we miss them, but sometimes just reminiscing about things about them, you know, can make it better. Like, oh, one more. So so I do remember the time that we used to go to Olive Garden. Like, me and my grandma went on Olive Garden dates, and she would get her lobster bisque and get her Alfredo. But I promise you, she had something to say about every waiter and waitress. Like, it was like, grandma, and she would say it to them. Like, she wasn't a person that would like whisper it. She would legit say it to your face. But that was grandma. But anyway, thank you guys for listening. Peace till next time. Bye.